Good day, students. We are going to start with the June 2023 question paper. The company name is called Paint, and the password for Paint is 7J2023. Make sure the J is a capital letter J, so it's 7J2023. Remember, the first thing that you need to do after you've opened your company is to put in your exam number. So set up company parameters. Remember, it's 7 capital letter J 2023. Tick in the name block. Hold down Control Shift T, type in your exam number, open a bracket, type in your computer number, for example PC02, click OK, and click OK. What you will notice then is that the exam number appears on top left hand side of your screen, as well as your computer number that you've typed in. The next step is to complete the additional parameter setup. If you look on page 4, in the middle section of your question paper, page 4, you are requested to complete the setup of parameters as shown under the additional parameter setup. Thereafter, process the rest of the transactions for March 2024. So the additional parameter setup instructions we find on page 8. So turn to page 8 of the June 2023 exam paper, and let's complete the additional parameter setup. The details on the setup customer document screen, so I'm going to click on setup, customers documents, and remember the two documents that's important is the invoice and the credit note. So click on the invoice. Original name must be tax invoice, entry type must be customer's journal. Let's check if we must put in a message. The customer invoices must have a message, thank you for buying from City Paint and Tool. So let's go and type in thank you for buying from. Then I'm going to type on the next line, City Paint and Tool. Full stop. Then I must check my document number for the tax invoice. The input of customer invoices must start with CUST01, CUST01, and then I'm going to click on credit note. Original name must be credit note, entry type must be customer allowances. Normally there is no message, and we must go and check the number for our credit note, CN001. The input of credit notes must start with CN001. So you just read the instructions given on the exam paper, page 8, paragraph 1.2, and then you click OK. So we've done the invoice and the credit note for customers. Then we click on setup, and we do the suppliers documents. There's only two documents important, supplier invoice and return debit. Click on supplier invoice. Make sure the original name is supplier invoice, entry type is supplier journal. There's no message given for the supplier invoice, and also no instruction to change the number for the supplier invoice. So then I'm going to click on return debit. The original name is debit note, so you make sure that you go type in original name debit note. So make sure type in debit note, and the entry type is supplier allowances. There's normally no message, and make sure that you've changed the number for the debit note if there's a number change. So we've done the two supplier documents, supplier invoice and a return debit, and then we are going to click on OK. Then we have the same instruction as the other exam paper. Change the account access of the general journal to any account. Go to setup, entry types. Setup, entry types. Go to the general journal, and we must change the account access to any account. Press enter, and then we can click OK. We can now create the following inventory service item. So we click on edit, inventory item file. I'm just going to check if we maybe have not created it already. So I click on search. Okay, it seems like it's not on the list, so we can go and create it. Okay, so remember, we don't delete information of existing inventory items. We add something if there's something new. So I click on add. I'm going to type in the code deliv, and the description is delivery fee. Categories. There's no category setup, so just leave it on none. Delivery fee is not inventory goods, it must be services. There's no discount on delivery fee, so it's none. The unit must become per kilometer. Make sure that your purchases is 0.1 VAT and your sales 0.1 VAT. Delivery fee is not a sales commission item. Show quantity and unit must have a tick. It's not a physical item. Make sure that you change it to service item. So remember, you've selected services over there. So you must also select services as the type. Remember, there is no cost price for a delivery fee, only a selling price. So we go to prices, exclusive block, and the price given is 13 Rand. So I type in 13, press enter, and then I need to save my new inventory item or service item. Then we must do the transactions for March 2024. Remember, it is period 1. Okay, we go to page 9, paragraph 1.4. We can close here. Page 9, paragraph 1.4. We are going to do opening balances. So page 9, paragraph 1.4. We are going to process the opening balance of the inventory items on 29 February 2024. So I'm going to use my inventory journal. Process inventory. I must make sure that I've got the correct date on 29 February 2024. So I must click on the drop down and I must make sure 29 February 2024. So as we can see, it says last year. Just click OK. Remember, you must also always do your settings and you must take off all the ticks. Take off all the ticks. Now we can press enter. My first item, paragraph 1.1.5, we find on page 7, the bottom half. First item is drop sheet. Make sure that you select drop sheet. The reference OPBAL1 is my reference. OPBAL1 is my reference. In is 18 for drop sheet. Make sure that you put in your unit cost 23.35. Press enter to come. Make sure that you select generic paintbrush 45. Quantity in is 30. Put in your unit cost 23.35. Press enter until you get your list. Next one is generic 75, quantity 40, unit price 50.45. Get your list again. Generic paint roller, quantity is 54. Enter. Put in your unit cost 23.04. Next one, paint tray. Quantity in 35. Price 13.67. Polycell crack filler. In 61. 32.30. Sanding roll. $47. $50. 783.10. Plascon Ultra Satin, quantity 42, unit cost 307.65. Then Sabre acrylic, quantity 25, unit cost 1080.94. Then the last one, Sabre PBA, quantity 35, price 968.23. Let's check on the next page. There's no more items on the next page. Write down your total, please. 125.78.61. Please note it's last year. Make sure that you've corrected your date here at the top. It's period 12 last year, gives you 29/02/2024. Remember, in your settings you had to untick everything. Okay, there's nothing else. So what you will do then, let's read the instruction. Page 9, paragraph 1.4, opening balances, print the inventory valuation for period 1, print and update the batch. So let's go and click on print. And then we will click on OK. Make sure your printer must be R105 printer. Okay, I'm not going to update the batch because maybe there's some things that we want to go and correct. Okay, for this exercise I think I must update the batch so that I can just show you the rest of the instructions. So update. You don't have to back up for class purposes. Let's just go and click update. Okay, let's go back. They say print on page 9, paragraph 1.4, print the inventory valuation for period 1. So if we must print the inventory valuation for period 1, we must click on view, inventory valuation, view inventory valuation. We must check our settings on the screen. We must print it for period 1. So there, period 1 is already selected, so make sure period 1. Check the rest of the tick this year. So this year must have a tick. Tick show 0 quantity items, must have a tick. Tick use last cost. Use last cost, make sure that you tick that one. Tick include unposted quantities, include must have a tick. Okay. Then you click on OK. There's your printout, and you will just go and click on print. And make sure it must be R105 printer, and you will just click OK. So that is the printout that you will have to hand in. Then you can click close. And then also on page 9, we are going to use the information at 1.1.4 to process the opening balance of the customer's accounts on 29 February 2024 in the relevant journal. Make use of OPBAL1 as reference. Do not increment the references. Use balance as description. Do not use tax processing. Use 9990 opening balance account to balance the journal. Print and update the batch with contra accounts on 29 February 2024. So for this transaction, I'm going to use my customer's journal. So the opening balance of customers' accounts, I'm going to use the customer's journal. Let's do my settings. Contra account must be 9990, and it must be this year transaction. February 2024. No, it's not going to be this year transaction, it will be last year transaction. Remember to remove tax processing and increment reference must be no. So remove tax, no tax when we put in opening balances. It's not a this year transaction because 29 February 2024 is not a this year. So as you can see, because we've taken off the tick for this year, it becomes last year here at the bottom. Increment reference must be no. Contract count must be 9990. Opening balance, tax off. Repeat description on. Click on close. Make sure that you choose the correct period. (29/02/2024). Okay, remember we are looking at the table at the top of page 7 now. So the opening balance column 29 February 2024 will be period 12 last year. 31 January 2024 column will be period 11 of last year. 31 December 2023 will be period 10 last year, and 30 November 2023 will be period 9 last year. So at the top of each column, go and write your periods. So opening balance 29 February 2024 will be period 12 last year, 31 January 2024 period 11, 31 December 2023 period 10, 30 November 2023 will be period 9 last year. So then I'm going to start with my period 12 balances. It's Buffalo City TVET. The reference you said must be OPBAL1. OPBAL1. Description, we use balance. And remember, a customer has got a debit balance. If it was a list of suppliers given, you would have put the balances in the credit column. But because we are dealing with customers, it's a debit balance. We are going to put in the balances in the debit column. So 18,842, 18,842.29. And my contract count is already in. There's no other balance for period 12. So now I must make sure that I change my period to period 11. There's Buffalo City again for period 11. 2210. And there's no other customer for period 11, so I can change to period 10. Buffalo City again is for period 10, and we have 10,526.14. Press enter until you get your list again. Okay, there's no other period 10 transaction, and then we type in period 9. Customer is Ilse Lakwansi. Opening balance and the amount is 8344.34. Contract count is 9990. And we've put in all the balances. Now please note period 12, period 11, period 10, period 9. The instruction is print and update the batch with contra accounts up to 29 February 2024. So I'm going to click on print with contrast. Make sure yours must say R105 printer, and then you click OK. So once you have printed and you've received the printout in your hand, you can go and click on update this journal badge. But remember, be careful, don't update until you have got your printout in your hand. So I'm not going to update now so that I can explain if you need some help later on. I'm just going to click close. And that's the basic setup again of the additional parameter setup, transactions, creating a new service item, and also entering opening balances. So that's all for today. I'm going to continue with the credit invoices in the next lesson. Credit invoices on page 10, paragraph 1.5. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck with practicing the video.